Hello there, my name is Lara and I'd like to welcome you to the inaugural video of my YouTube channel, Sewing Up Style. I've been thinking of starting a channel for a while, and what stopped me was that I kept thinking, well, why would anybody want to watch me or watch a video I'd made? What would be interesting enough for them to want to stick around? And I realized that the same reasons why I wanted to start a YouTube channel might be the reasons why somebody might want to watch my YouTube channel. So the first reason was I'd like to have some company. Right now, you know, I talk to pretty much anybody who will listen about my sewing things, the things I've made, the fabrics that I've gotten. My husband and my kids, you know, they try, but it's just not interesting to them. So it would be really nice to have somebody out there to maybe get as same excited as I do about the fabrics that I have, or things that, you know, if I make a garment or something goes right in it, you know, to have somebody say, yeah, no, that's really cool, yay, yay you, you know. And likewise, I would like to be able to talk with other people and maybe be that support for them as well, you know. Let's all do it together, be in it all together. Oh, the second reason is that creating anything is fun, and I'm hoping to incorporate fun into my videos. I've got some ideas for the next several videos coming up that I'm excited to try out. The third reason would be for community. I don't pretend to know everything that there is about sewing, which is why you might see me doing some pretty strange things. Sometimes it's just like, I don't know how to do that, I don't want to look it up in the book, therefore I am going to just figure it out. As long as it stays, life is good, and I can always fix it later, right? So I don't plan on having any kind of sew-alongs or, you know, those kinds of videos, but I would want to share any tips or hints that things that inspire me or things that I learn. I would want to share those with, you know, on the channel. I also am totally open to learning new things and having maybe people that have a little bit more experience than I do tell me, you know, nicely, the things that maybe could help me to become a better sewist and have things turn out a little bit better on a more consistent basis. So I also I'm hoping to develop a comment section maybe that is helpful and supportive for everybody. So like, if somebody had a question and they asked me in the comment section, and maybe I couldn't answer it, but maybe somebody else would be able to help that person out. And so I just really would like to develop a community around sewing and around creativity and just life, and have it be a nice place, a nice creative island of positivity for everybody. So it might be easier to explain who I am by explaining why I chose the name Sewing Up Style for the channel. So in order to do that, I have to go back in time a little bit. Pre-pandemic sewing, I've sewed off and on. My mom taught me when I was younger, but I never really did a whole lot with it. When I got married 20 some years ago, I sewed objects basically. I made some nice pillows. I don't think I ever made the curtains, but I got the fabric for the curtains. I still have the fabric for the curtains. And I made a lovely Christmas tree skirt. That thing is beautiful. So it's still beautiful. It's wonderful. Every Christmas we take it out. There it is. It's so pretty. But I had planned to sew for my kids, and so I had bought a FAF sewing machine that's back here, and my mom and I went together and got the Letterlow system, and I was prepared to sew things up, and I tried one shirt and I got lost because I didn't have the directions and I didn't have the experience, and so that didn't happen. And then the sewing machine sat there for until 2019. So that was a good 13 years. So 2019, my kids are old enough, they're teenagers, and they started getting into cosplay. And so I was like, you know, I can make those robes. Those are just robes, Jedi robes. I can make those for a lot less than like the people that are selling them on Etsy. So let me just make it. I can figure it out. We'll do it. We'll get it together. So so I did, and they did, and we worked together, and we made a Darth Nihilus costume, which I will put some pictures in. But Darth Nihilus and Darth Revan from Star Wars, and then the pandemic happened right when we were getting finished, and of course the Comic-Con did not happen. So we held on to those costumes for a while, and they got to use them this spring at the Comic-Con this year, and it was really cool. It was so neat to see them, and they got so many compliments, and they did the parts like the bracers and things like that. They did those parts, and I just did the fabric parts of the costumes. So we did that. During the pandemic, I found the historical costuming channels. I realized I could do that. I was like, that doesn't look, I mean, like, it's just skirts, it's just shirts. I mean, I just made 2 costumes. Surely I can do that. So so I kind of got into that. However, there's not a whole lot of men's historical costuming on YouTube. So I was a little frustrating because, you know, the places that I would go to, it wasn't as thorough. It's hard to find patterns for men's historical costuming. I did, however, besides making my skirt and a shirt, wearable mock-ups, and so they're not something that I particularly, I mean, I like them, but it's not like I'm gonna go find a place to wear them. I'll eventually make some more, but right now I'm busy doing other things. But I made my son a suit, and that was something. So and then after during the pandemic, I started working from home, and we never went back to the office. So I've been working from home in my sweat clothes, in my sweatpants and t-shirts, the same t-shirts, for 3 years, and it's getting to the point where I really do need I need clothes. And I gained weight, and I lost weight, and then I gained weight, and so the dress clothes that I have are either falling apart, don't really fit, aren't terribly comfortable. So again, I was like, well, you know what, I've made all this other stuff, why don't I just go ahead and make myself some clothes? And so I got onto the sewing YouTube and started following all kinds of wonderful people and creative people, and people that just inspire me and made me feel like this is something I can do. I can make some clothes for myself. Especially because you know, when you're a woman of a certain age and you maybe are a little fluffier than the standard human being. Well, maybe I'm as fluffy as the standard human being, I don't know. But when your body is not thin anymore, and you're, you know, older, there's not so many options. And so now I'm excited to be on this journey to figure out what my style is, what I want to wear, and then make it so that it fits me and it's comfortable. That is still kind of, I'm on that journey. So my husband, like, you know, men's clothes, men's fashion are about the same way. There's not a whole lot of choices for shirts, you know, I mean, like everything is t-shirts and sweatpants, and or t-shirts and jeans, and especially where I live, which is in rural Nebraska, you know, there's just not a lot of options, not a lot of creativity, not a lot of ways for men and boys to express themselves through their clothing. So I've sewn a couple of shirts for my husband, a shirt for my son. My one son pretty much likes me to do the costumes, but the other one, he's gotten some clothing items that I think he likes. So again, that's kind of where we're going. Why, you know, men's style, men's fashion. So all of those things combine to, you know, I'm sewing up style. What that style is, we get to decide, and that's really an exciting thing to me. It's fun. I get to pick out the patterns. I get to pick out the fabrics. There's nothing better than getting fabric in the mail. I just love that. So anyway, so my sewing content on this channel, sorry, I'm moving. My sewing content will be related mostly to those three things: costuming, cosplay, and historical costuming, and then men's and women's fashion. Then there's going to be some little craft things thrown in. I made 16 color guard flags this fall for my son's color guard team. You know, the hats, I've got a pattern I bought today for some hats, and I just really, there's going to be different things, and it's all going to be very much, let's try this pattern and let's see how it turns out. Especially for myself, because I'll make things and I'll think that it'll look nice on me, and it does not look nice. Or well, it just seems like it's easier for me to make things that fit for other people right now. I'm still learning. I'm still on that journey. So if you want to stick around and be a part of that journey, I invite you to click the subscribe button so you'll, you know, get to see my next video. I already have it planned. In fact, I'm going to video it right after this so I can get it up too. I'm going to talk to you, I'm going to share about the rest of my November plans, because it is almost halfway through November, but I do have things I want to do this November. And then also do a mini unboxing of some fabric that I ordered and received in the mail just today. So thanks, and see you soon.